Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing this Breitling SuperOcean II 42mm in stainless steel. You can see and purchase this Breitling dive watch on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card at any time during this video to see our full listing for this watch, with additional accessories included, high-resolution images for your desktop, and of course complete pricing details for our sale of this watch. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see one of the stars of Basel World 2015 at Breitling's booth. A redesign of the dial, the look, and the feel of the long-running SuperOcean dive watch series. This one has beautiful blue details and perfect proportions. It's 42mm from 9 to 3, not inclusive of the crown guard or the crown. Now my wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, so you get a good sense of the scale of the watch. 42 is perfect for a tool watch, but not overwhelming and not overbearing. The watch is actually fairly thin by Breitling standards, 13.5mm. It sits low on the wrist, and with a sloped bezel, it is easy to get this one underneath a tighter sleeve or cuff. From lug to lug, again, reasonably compact for a Breitling, 50mm lug to lug, and that is a true lug to lug measurement, as the bracelet doesn't project beyond the lugs. Now the watch has good heft to it. You can see the slash-cut asymmetrical link Professional 3 bracelet that's been used since 2011, 2012 in the Breitling family of watches. It's handsome and it's all of high polish. All of this watch is of high polish. So being 42mm, it nevertheless has impressive stance on the wrist and impressive wrist presence. Now you open it up, it has a very substantial clamshell secured single fold deploying clasp. You can see it's nicely polished inside, very substantial. The bracelet and the clasp nicely weight the watch, which is to say they give it a little bit of a keel. It's a big heavy sports watch head, but if you like to wear your watch loose, maybe an extra link in the bracelet, this one doesn't have any tendency to porpoise or capsize. It's very nicely counterweighted by the bracelet and clasp. Now you can see the watch has beautiful blue accents and different types of blues. The dial is an explosive radially grained sunburst. The Rayhaut, the 0 to 60 scale that acts as a slope down from the bezel to the dial, is a nice metallic matte blue, and then the bezel itself features a nice rubber insert in a gorgeous cobalt blue, and what I like about that is it creates a different tactile quality, but it also ensures that if the watch does scratch or scuff up against something, the rubber is far less susceptible to showing scratches and scuffs and to wearing through than the conventional anodized finish on most aluminum bezel inserts. So not only does it give the watch a unique look, but it's also more durable. Now the bezel is a handsome and tough piece. It has a nice detent to it, both in tactile feel and in audible report. It's exactly what you imagine a good dive bezel would feel like. And of course, because we are talking Breitling here, you can see on the flanks that the bezel is retained by screws. Much more difficult to remove this bezel. Requires a few extra steps for your watchmaker during service, but because of the screws, it's almost impossible to accidentally flip this bezel off if you should catch the frame of a door, a hinge, a doorknob. Rolex and Omega, not quite so robust, well built, but this is on another level with screws fixing the bezel to the watch. Now the dial is handsome, and for 2015, with the SuperOcean that you see here, the SuperOcean II, Breitling went to a little bit more of an involved dial design. All of the large Arabic numerals are luminescent, so this watch glows like a torch, but you have what's known as the military dial, fully calibrated with Arabic numerals, and then, provided you can mentally keep track of AM, PM, you can see there's a 13 to 24 scale inboard of 1 to 12. Now the watch does feature what Breitling calls its caliber 17, and caliber 17 is a ETA 2824. So 25 joules, COSC certified, Swiss chronometer spec here. The caliber 17 is one of the toughest automatics going. 42-hour power reserve, smooth bidirectional winding, so it doesn't have that unidirectional rotor wobble that some watches have in the sports watch class when there's a Valjoux 7750 or 77 base inside. The watch features hacking seconds, so you pull the crown, stop the balance, halt the seconds. You can synchronize precisely to a known accurate reference time, and there's a quick set to cycle the date rapidly. It is a modern 4 Hz beat rate. Very precise, very tough, and protected inside this case with 500-meter water resistance, which means that this watch, for all practical intents and purposes, is good for anything a civilian diver or even a pro would ask of his timepiece. Versatile, handsome, and at 42mm, nicely sized, you can see and you can purchase this Breitling SuperOcean II dive watch on our website.